Hi, and welcome to a gentler style 25-30 minute practice. My name's Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me in a seat. So just grab a seat, settle in. Might feel good to shift your weight a little bit side to side. If it feels good to do so, I invite you to let the eyes close down and bring your hands anywhere that feels comfortable on your thighs or your knees or in your lap. And see if you can sit up just a little bit taller without straining, without really forcing that alignment. Just allowing your head to rest over your heart and your heart to rest over your hips. If there was a balloon in the lower belly here, let's take a breath in, maybe even bringing a hand to the low belly and try and fill up that space as you breathe in, expanding through the diaphragm, the low belly, the low back. And then a nice slow exhale, just naturally letting that breath empty. Let the shoulders relax a little bit, the jaw unclench. Let's do that again. So big breath into the lower belly. Take your time. We're in no rush here. Fill all the way up to the top. And then this time, open mouth exhale, sigh it out gently. Just one more like that. Deep inhale. Breathe into the low belly, the low back. Let the rib cage expand. Maybe the shoulders and the collarbones lift a tiny bit at the top of that breath. Let it swirl around your body. And then let it go. Blink your eyes open. Bring your right hand right next to your right hip on the mat or the floor beneath you. Lift your left arm straight up. So try and grow long from the left hip or the left sit bone all the way up, and then take a side bend, keeping all of that length. Big breath in. And then bring your left hand down. We're just going to switch sides. Reach your right arm straight up, grow long through the right side body, and then lean it over to the left. A couple times like that, inhaling to reach up and over. Exhaling to come down through the center. Nice breathe in, big stretch. And exhale, reset. Go side to side a few more times on your own with your own breath. If the breath feels kind of like fussy to focus on for you, don't worry about it. Just know that you're breathing. Let the breath be here along for the ride to support as you stretch and open. And center your mind on the sensations in your body here. The next time you've got your right arm reaching up and over to the left, stay there. Crawl your left fingers a little further away from you, and then turn your chest down toward the left. You can bring the right hand to the left knee or onto the ground outside of the knee. Take a couple breaths into that stretch in your upper back as you continue to anchor both of your sit bones down. And then we're going to come back to that side stretch. Breathe in, reach the right arm up, and then swap it out. So right hand's a little further away from your hip as the left arm comes up and over. And then turn your chest down toward the right. Left hand can catch the knee or somewhere outside of the knee. Let the head drop. And put some space between the teeth so the jaw is soft. Keep pressing into the right hand, lift the left arm back into that side body stretch, breathe in. And then let's bring both hands behind you. So both hands come back behind you, temp the fingers, roll the shoulders toward the ears, and then roll them down your back. So if you can lean back a little bit into this chest stretch, the muscles between the shoulders are hugging gently together. So it's like you're knitting the inner seam of the shoulder blades together behind you. And take another big breath in. Come back through center. Let's switch which leg is in front, and then walk your hands forward, taking a forward fold, not getting too attached to how deep into it you go. And stay here and breathe. Might feel good to nod the chin slowly side to side. Might feel good to just let gravity really, really, really have the skull, like the crown of the head, let it drop straight down, decompress the joints in the back of the neck. Couple more rounds of breath. See if you can breathe into the sides of your ribs. And one more nice big inhale. Breathe into the sides of the ribs, into the lower back, down toward the kidneys, the adrenals. And then start to walk the fingers back toward midline until you can lift it all the way up. This time we're going to bring the arms out into a big T shape. Last little kind of mobility work for the upper body. Bring your right hand to the left knee, bend your left elbow and rotate your chest toward the left side of the space. Stay there as you take a big breath in, and then the left hand's going to thread between the right arm and your body. Reach for the right side of your ribs, round your spine. So it's like you're taking a threaded needle here. Inhale as you lift the elbow and open, rotating to the left. Exhale, weave that left arm under your body, tuck your chin to your chest. 3 more times. Inhale to rotate and lift and open. Exhale, round the spine. Think cat pose here. 2 more. Inhale. It's almost like a little half of a cow with a twist. And exhale, round it in. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold it here. Hold it in that kind of cat variation. You're going to catch the left elbow or upper arm with your right hand, and then catch the right elbow with the left as you lift the arms up. Tricep stretch, opening through the upper back. And then reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, press your palms toward the ceiling. See if you can keep the nose pointing straight forward as opposed to looking up. Root down through your sit bones, lift up through the shoulders, through the crown of the head, through the palms of the hands, and then relax it down. Roll out the shoulders if you need. We're going to take that same thing on the other side. So this time the left hand is going to come to the right knee. Right elbow bends back behind you. Rotate, breathe into it. And then thread that right arm under. Look for the side of the left ribs or the left knee or thigh. 4 more times. Inhale, peel it open. And exhale, dive into it. Last 3. See if you can move at a pace that feels really satisfying for you. 2 more. Finding a range of motion that feels meaningful. 1 more. Open into that twist as you breathe in. And then round in on the exhale. Catch the opposite elbows. We're going to reach the arms back up over the body. Big breath in. And then release the hands to your side. Oh, Zoom. Go ahead and roll the shoulders a few times, giving me a thumbs down here. When you're ready, meet me on hands and knees. Shoulders right underneath, or shoulders right over your wrists rather, and knees right underneath your hips. Let's take some body circles here. Moving your torso around in a circular motion. Creating just enough stability in your abdominals so that you don't feel like you're kind of flinging around so much as smooth, like stirring things up. Switch the direction of those circles. And we're going to come right through the center as if your ribs were sandwiched between a floor underneath them and a ceiling right above them. Just shift side to side. Side to side, the shoulders will move, the rib cage moves. Because you're on hands and knees, your hips are going to go a little bit side to side, but focus on that movement of the rib cage, side to side, shifting weight. Come through the center. Scoop your tailbone toward the ceiling. Drop your belly. Pull the chest through the arms with soft bend in the elbows. Lift the chin up. Moving into our cow stretch here. Breathe in. And then tuck the tailbone, curl your spine in on itself, chin toward your chest, press the mat away. Let your shoulders drip in toward your ears. Come back to cow. Breathe in. Sit bones lift, chin lifts. And then cat. Curl it in. It's almost like a little crunching motion, pulling your belly to your lower back. 3 more. Breathe in as you lift the chest, lift the chin, open the throat. And exhale, round your spine. Last 2. Imagine the heels of your hands pull toward your knees and your calf. And then imagine the fingertips drive toward the front of the space in cat. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Go ahead and tuck the toes under, and then walk your hips back toward your heels, coming into toes pose. See if you can tuck the pinky toes under here, really stretching through the plantar fascia. If that's too much of a stretch, no problem. Just bring your hands down in front of you as much as you need. So find a stretch that feels like a meaningful amount of lengthening happening in the feet. Bring your hands to your thighs if you can. If they're on the mat, no problem. Close your eyes down or set your gaze to one spot right past the tip of your nose. And then see if you can gradually lengthen your breath, calm your mind. This is a great stretch, a great pose to bring up a lot of sensation quickly. Make sure that you're not biting off more than you can chew, but also that you're allowing yourself to feel something. And in that intensity, as the intensity builds, just softening your eyes, softening your jaw, seeing if you can create a way of relating to the intense sensation that's equanimous, where we're not judging it, we're not letting it make us irrationally frustrated or tense. Just breathing. You're still here in your toes pose and you're seated upright. Bring your hands to your heart for a moment. And press the thumbs right up against the sternum, pulling the shoulder blades down and together. Take a breath in through your nose. Really big inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring your hands down. Untuck your toes. It might feel good to paddle out the feet a little bit here, to point the toes to get that counter stretch. And then let's keep the toes pointed as you walk back onto your heels with the toes pointing back behind you. And stay here or bring your hands back behind you and lift one knee at a time. We're opening up through the fronts of the shins, the front of the ankle, and really working on ankle mobility in this specific direction. If lifting one knee at a time is no problem, feel free to play around with bringing your hands to your heart and lifting one knee, or bringing your hands to your heart, leaning back, engaging your abdominals and lifting both of your knees. Hold for 3, let the breath move and the jaw stay relaxed for 2 and 1. Go ahead and release. Meet me on your belly, no rush to get there. I'm going to turn around to face this side. We're going to take a chest stretch. So you can lay all the way down onto your belly and then extend your right arm out to the space to your right. There can be a bend in the elbow if that feels nice, or the arm can be straight. We're going to start to roll to the right hip, the outer edge of the right hip, and then bend your knees however you need to feel some support here. We're looking for a stretch, so work your way into it. We're looking for a stretch in like the right front of the underarm area. Once you get there, as long as you feel stable, maybe the left hand stays in front of your chest here and you're resting on the right side of your head. Maybe you grab a pillow for underneath your head. We'll be here for about 1.5 minutes. So 90 seconds here. Just breathing, maybe closing the eyes so you can notice the sensations in the body and how they change over time. A little under a minute left. You want to add in, you can reach your left arm up toward the ceiling and then let that left arm stretch back behind you. Stay there, or even take a half bind, corkscrewing your left arm behind your body and stay there. Or if you feel balanced, bring your left knee into your chest and bring your peace fingers to the left big toe. And then extend that left leg up gently, finding a hamstring stretch. We didn't warm up the hamstrings a ton, so go easy on it here. If you've got the left big toe, let that left leg shift a little bit back behind you to continue to roll on to the outer edge of the right hip and the right shoulder. Keep listening to your body, so make sure that you're finding that range of motion that feels therapeutic and beneficial, where we're not moving past our body's messages to slow down or to back off. 2 more deep breaths. And then very slowly start to release onto your chest. Pause in the middle. You can turn your head to the right, but keep that right arm where it is for a moment. And just feel the muscles, the blood vessels, the nerves coming back to a resting length. And then we'll switch sides. So left arm is going to come out to the left. Roll onto the outer edge of the left hip. You can bend the knees, both of them out in front of you, or maybe one up toward the ceiling. Right hand can be in front of you. Take a few breaths to kind of figure out the stretch. Your shoulders might be a little bit different from one side to the others. So you might need a slightly different angle of the arm or a slightly different amount of bend in your left elbow. And then once you do find your version of this pose, if you can close the eyes or shift your focus somehow inward. And then just get really interested in the sensations of the stretch. Really interested in wherever you feel sensation in your body. And using the sensations that you feel as guides to either add in, reaching right arm up, let it drift back, corkscrew, or to back off a little bit. About 30 more seconds here on this side if you want. If you took the bind on the other side, right peace fingers to your right big toe, extending into your hamstring. Continuing to breathe. Just one more deep breath wherever you landed in your stretch. And then slow motion. Come out the same way you came in. Releasing all the way down onto your belly, bringing your arms into a T. Pausing and feeling into the upper back and the front of the chest. From here, bring your fingertips down in line with your shoulders. Come onto the tops of the feet. We're going to take a cobra roll up, rolling up, pressing into the mat with your finger pads as you lift the chest. Take a big breath in. And then slowly roll it all the way back down. Maybe your forehead taps your mat as you empty. Let's take 2 more roll-ups. Inhale, lifting up, press the floor away with the toenails and the tips of the fingers. Exhale, roll it down. Last time here. Inhale, lift up, little pause, look toward your right shoulder. Look to center and toward your left shoulder. Look back to the center, breathe in, and then lower all the way down. Take your time to press into a child's pose. It could be wide knee, it could be narrow knee, whatever feels great is where we want to be at this point. Turn the palms to face up. And just let your arms kind of drip into the mat underneath you. Let your body start to melt a bit here. And stay in child's pose as long as you like. When you're ready, start to walk your hands back. Lifting up. I'm going to set up for a dynamic twist. So go ahead and meet me laying on your right side with both of your arms reaching out to the right. So the palms might touch, they might not. Bend your knees. Take a moment to settle into that. What we're going to do is keep the knees bent, but on an inhale, you're going to reach the left arm up toward the ceiling and then all the way to the space behind you. Hopefully you don't have a wall too close like I do. And then slowly come back around to the front as you exhale. So nice long breaths. 3 more. Inhale, peel open, feel the shoulders moving, the shoulder blades. And exhale, and close it back down and give myself a little bit more space. Last 2. One more, and then this next time when that left arm is out in space back behind you, keep it there. You can point your nose straight up or nod your chin to the left. And stay right where you are, or if you'd like, bring your right hand to catch the crook of the left knee. Let your wrists relax. Let your ankles and your feet relax. If you nodded your chin toward the left, bring your head through center, take a breath in. And then exhale, come all the way onto your hands and your knees as a transition. So we'll come back to our tabletop position. Shift the hips side to side. Try and keep the shoulders pressing straight down over your wrists. A little release for the lower back here. And then go ahead and let the whole body move side to side. A little freestyle movement before we work into that dynamic twist on the other side. When you're ready, meeting me lying down on your left side with your knees bent in front of you, arms reaching out in front of you, making sure there's enough space back behind you. And then easy does it as you inhale, reach that top arm open and around. Nice long exhale. See if you can make this movement almost feel lazy. Do 2 more. Where the biggest effort is actually with your breath. And the next time you find that open variation, stay there and breathe. Nose can point straight up. Keep the sides of the neck long. If you'd like, nod your chin to the right. If you'd like, catch the top knee with your left hand. Bring the head back through center as you take a big breath in. And roll all the way onto your back. Knees bent for a moment. Bring your arms into a goalpost. And then toggle the knees side to side. Stay within the frame of your mat, maybe even within the frame of your hips. It's a nice small range of motion. Take your time. If it would feel good to increase that range of motion, by all means, go right ahead. Might also feel good to nod your head in the opposite direction of your knees to bring that spiral of the spine all the way through. Tick-tocking side to side just for a few more seconds. We're gradually going to work our way from here into Shavasana. If there's any other ways of stretching or moving that you need to add in before you can rest easy on your back, do it. And then meet me eventually in a Shavasana shape. As you settle in for Shavasana, we did a lot of upper body. So gently shrug the shoulder blades together underneath you. Maybe you lift the back of the head up a tiny bit and tuck your chin just like an eighth of an inch before you set the back of the head back down to invite a little bit more length in the back of the neck, a little more space at the base of the skull. So when you're ready, drop into stillness for just a few moments to let your work, let your practice really sink in. And listen for my voice in just a few moments to close our practice. If you happen to have the time or the space in your day to stay here longer, please do so. Then log off or shut off the recording. Otherwise, start to invite some gentle movement, nod the head side to side. Point your toes, zip up the legs, so reach the toes forward, and then interlace your fingers as you reach your arms back up over your head. Try and imprint your spine onto your mat as you take a big breath in. And then roll it up to a seat. If you'd like, you can rock to the fetal position first. When you land, meet me in a seated position and close with one big cleansing breath, reaching the arms out and then up. Sip in as much fresh breath, as much prana and oxygen as you can. Stretch in a little bit more at the top. And then let it go. Thanks for sharing some time, for taking care of your body. I hope you feel really good after that, and I hope to see you soon.